Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have Jenny with me who has scaled her own program up to 120K a month. We are going to dive into how she was able to do that and give you guys some insights into her scaling process. Hopefully it will inspire you and just give you some actionable steps to implement into your own business. So super excited to have you here. First, I just want to hear a little bit about who you are.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me. I have a business called Creators Training. That's the one we're going to dive into today. It's an education company that certifies people in digital marketing skills, such as, or specifically, sales, marketing, and funnel design. And at the end of the program, we promise students a guaranteed job placement in our job board or a guaranteed project that they're landing, a high-paying project, 5 to 10K. And that is what I'm currently scaling. Now, I do have a few other businesses as well on the side, but honestly, the coaching business is one of the most profitable niches that you can get into just because there is so much opportunity when it comes to helping people with what they need. And scaling something like that also doesn't require a lot of overhead because I have a jewelry brand where it's called Leilani Shells, where you have to put in so much time, but the profit margins are just so small that coaching business is one of the best things. So I'm excited to share my knowledge on how we scale to 120K a month in the past few years. A little bit about me. I'm Jenny. I just turned 26. I feel like a grandma. And yeah, I started out in online business when I was 18. So it's been a journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. And I 100% agree. Like coaching business, most profitable business that you can go into. And it's so interesting how you have these other businesses that you've done as well. And so this is your main focus right now. And
Yes.
you guys have a whole team in place. I've actually been working for you guys for the past 2 years. And I want to hear just a little bit about the process of how you get clients for your business and the funnel that you guys are using right now.
Yeah. So how do we get clients for our business? Now, there is a few things that need to be set up before. So when we're talking about scaling to 120K, like it's not like you're just you. You probably have to have a bigger team. You have to have the systems in place. You have to have automations. And that is really where we are, I guess, at the front in the online marketing space is automations with AI, automations with like basically replacing full roles through Zapier, automating processes, replacing whole DM setters that are in the DMs with AI. So the systems, the funnel that we're currently running, I would say, is super simple. It's running ads to a video that basically teaches people the first skills that they need. And we actually focus on providing massive value there. So it's not like oh, watch my video and you're not going to get any value. It's actually the exact steps that we would actually teach in the program condensed down so that people can decide for themselves, hey, I can do it after. But most people are like, hey, this seems sick. I want to like work with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a video. And then from that video, as soon as someone opts in on our ad, we have a setter. So that's probably the first thing that you want to hire, someone who calls up that lead and qualifies it and books it in to your calendar. That is probably like the simplest thing to go from, I don't know, 10K a month to like 40K a month, having someone in the DMs. Yeah, maybe you can tell me what specifically I should share. There's so many things to this.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it sounds like you guys have the systems in place, right? You've built this great product, and I think that's the foundation for it all, right? Like your guys' product is
Yeah.
incredible. It's like dummy proof.
Thank
And then
Thank you.
the video that you run to, you said it gives tons of value, right? And then from there, you guys hop on a sales call. And then throughout this whole process, you are utilizing AIs to keep those profit margins high. So,
Yeah.
that's like pretty simple. But what's the call to action in the ad that you're using?
Okay, so currently, and okay, first backstory, we've been testing rigorously. So before, our funnel, when we first started out 4 years ago, was add to DM message, to then sending them a video in the DMs, which is the VSL, to then watching the VSL, to then once they watched the VSL, they got the opportunity with a call to action and book a call. And once they book a call, it gets sent into our closers calendar. So when you're first starting out, you're probably doing sales calls yourself. Now, when I'm talking, the first thing we did, we replaced ourselves when it comes to closing. I was closing in the beginning for probably 3 or 4 months, 100 sales calls, 60% close rate. And after that, I was outsourcing. So I started creating systems for the setters and the closers to what is the script, because closers that you hire won't sell like you. It's different. So you need to have a process to help them succeed in that role. Now, once you have a setter in place, people get booked in with that setter so that you free up your time to focus on your program and your clients and getting them results, setting up the systems and SOPs. That is what we've been running, in short, for the last 2.5 years. 3 or 2.5 years. Now, that system worked so smooth. We ran 2 ads that we never changed. So it's literally like the secret was 2 high value ads that weren't even direct. It was just like a travel video, something super creative, that actually the ads went viral. And the ads were duplicated all over the world by like people in France, like everywhere. And last year we hit rock bottom. So that is part of the business. We weren't making any profit. We were losing 20 grand a month. And we're like, damn, like we need to change something. Something is completely wrong. And we changed our whole system. Because as you probably noticed, people are skeptical, especially when you or me, for example, I'm not doing my sales calls, right? Because I have a team. It's an actual operation. And when I have that operation going, I cannot talk to clients when it comes to sales calls. So people are more skeptical. They're like, do I trust this other person that is not Jenny or not Julian to, not scam me, right? People are scared. Like, it's a big investment. Mm-hmm. People have been getting scammed, sadly, for a long time by people who aren't very like great at business or maybe can't deliver what they promise. So it's very understandable. But that is a big, big, big problem that's currently coming up that we needed to solve. So what is the new funnel? The new funnel is running lead ads. So we're actually just collecting leads and message ads. So we're running 2 types. The benefit of lead ads are much cheaper. You get much more volume, but they're only beneficial if you are actually having 2, 3, 4, 5 setters calling them the second they opt in. Hey, it's Jenny. I saw you wanted to have the free guide. And we'll actually give them a free guide where we also have the video. Did you already get that? How was the video? And basically taking what we usually do in the DMs on the call. Now, once we have that, we have the other funnel where we do messages. And once someone opts into our Instagram DM messages, we ask them for their phone number and their email in return, obviously, for a video and another case study. Actually, the case study we're sending is this girl right here, Emily, landing an 18K client, showing them the exact sales call. So there's so much skill involved. But yeah, that's what they get. Once we have the phone numbers, same process, setter calls them, we book them on a trial. So we actually close on a $50 trial. That is a 7-day challenge, which costs, I already said that, $50. So now we have a system where the setter is already closing all these people. We're making money on the front end. That means if currently we're spending $100 per trial enrollment, but since we get $50 up front for the insane value that people get in the first 7 days, which is usually like, I would say the value is between like 3 to 5K in the first 7 days already. They get it for $50. So you have to have like a crazy no-brainer offer to get them even in. The trial then converts them into paying clients. So they see, hey, they meet Emily, they meet all the other coaches, they get access to the community, to the course, they get access to the templates, they get access to bonus live calls. It blows them away. Oh, and a one-on-one success coach. So now we have a recipe for a process that converts them on autopilot without us needing to do sales or having a person that is really good at sales. Because what the salesperson actually does, they're, in this case, just customer success and help people get results in the first 7 days. And when you can do that, that is where you gain trust. You have a no-brainer offer where then you have a system that runs without you. And that is how you can scale to 120K a month.
Mm-hmm. And how many people are you getting into the trial? Like out of 10 people, would you say?
So currently, since we've only started testing this for like, I would say consistently, let's take the data from the past month. We're enrolling about 40, 50 clients, and the goal is 100 clients.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay. Clients, sorry. So clients, for the trial, we need to enroll, so 60% of people are upgrading. So let's say we enroll 100 people, 60 people would upgrade into the full program.
Yeah.
But I anticipate, like, this is beginner's luck, so you always need to anticipate lower. So I actually cut it all in half when I do calculations. So when we say 30%, we need to actually enroll 100 people to get 30 people upgraded on a 4 to 5K program.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. And then, like, is this, are you making profit off of this funnel now versus the other funnel that you were running?
We're break even. Before we had to cut, so basically before we were, and that is also a way of scaling, losing out on the front end.
Yeah.
So basically before we were minus $500 for every client in the first month that we signed up, where now we got it to break even, where then the second payment is instant profit. But if you are at a break even with a minimal profit, I think what's it called? So yeah, no, actually we are in profit because, oh, that's crazy. Wow. So here's the numbers. It costs us $390 to enroll someone into the trial, but the first payment is usually $980. So we're actually profitable on the front end. And that is actually crazy because the numbers have not been any better ever. And when you can achieve that, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on ads.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you have a positive ROAS, like, you can scale that up, right? Okay, so in the beginning, you said that you were running ads that lead to messages, and then you send the video, and then you get them on the call. The first thing that you outsourced was closers and setters.
Actually, setters. Setters was the very first thing. So the DM setters, okay? We actually were late to the party, which now I would definitely, if I would do it all over again, hire also a phone setter because it just frees up your time. But I think in the beginning, just have someone in the DMs, have a process with the exact steps, and I know Emily is insanely good at like creating these processes, especially for like relationship coaches. So if you're watching this, Emily got the tea. So you want to replace that person so that you can focus on just doing sales calls. Once you are just doing sales calls, the next step would be to create a process for just a sales call and hire 1-2 salespeople for you.
Okay. And then now you've transitioned into the like paid trial funnel, which is really interesting. And I don't think I've seen anyone do that. So how did you kind of see that in the market? How did you know to try this out?
Yep. Okay, so that is very interesting because I was suffering during that year, you know? I was like working my ass off, like not seeing the results. It was very frustrating, very close to burnout. Actually, not close, but definitely burned out a little bit because you don't see the results. But how I figured that out is during that time, I was like, damn, like we're losing money. I need to do something else. I need to build like a process or another business that pumps up this business. So I give us time to revamp our process here. So I got into software. So I built my own Instagram reel script software that I ended up not using that much, and I ended up just using it for myself for my scripts. But at the same time, Julian was starting Sales God, which is a sales tracking tool for sales teams. So getting their KPIs, getting how much money does each salesperson bring in. So you just have a data tracking overview of your sales team. Anyways, with that, I was thinking, how do I sell my software? And most softwares do a trial, which makes sense. It just makes sense because people don't like buy something if they don't know it's nice. So let's say, I like my purse as an example. Let's say I have this purse. People that buy a course, they don't see this purse. They see like, I don't know, some video. They don't know what the actual product is like until they tried it out, right? So in software, it's like, hey, check out this purse. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can, wear it around the store. And then once you are done wearing it, you can decide if you want to buy it or not, which is a much better process for someone to say, yes, I really want it. And also trust objections were coming up. I think the main things we saw it in the numbers, right? We're very data driven. We have everything tracked. And that's also one part you need when you're scaling, setting up like, I think Emily's also helping with that with Post-Hoc, having your data in place. But losing money, it just means like, okay, something's broken. Something is broken. We need to revamp the process. Closers that had a lot of skills weren't able to close at the KPI, which for us is 20% close rate that we wanted them to. And on the other hand, we're losing money, and we needed a process that is a no-brainer offer. And I think in the books later that we'll give you, we're going to give you a few tea.
Stay till the end because we're going to share the books that we've read that have helped us to gain the knowledge to be able to create businesses like this.
Yes. I think it's, at the end, we'll share some tips on the books that you can read for that. But yeah, that's basically what we did. And since in software it's so normal, I was like, hey, Julian, shouldn't we try this? And Julian was like, yeah, I was actually thinking the same. And we just went for it.
I love that. Yeah, you guys just dove right in, and now it's been working. You're getting like 60 people a month in, yeah?
I have to look at the data, but it's about clients wise. I can actually do the math real quick.
Yeah, and I think what would be really beneficial to my audience is for those people who are starting to run ads.
What
was that?
Okay, yeah, it's about 50-60 clients, because you gotta also measure that once you have a team, your profit margins are lower. So when you first start out, you have like almost like 80 90% profit margin, but with a team, it's like more to like 40%. So yeah. So you
And you
want to make
guys-
double. I'm talking profit, 125K profit.
Yeah, you guys have a big team as well, or not like a really big team, but you do have some people on there as well.
Yeah, we're running lean, definitely lean team. That's
Yeah.
the name of the game. But we do have a pretty big team. I would say a good amount. Like, I don't want to have a big team, and that's also what I realized. It's like you don't have to follow all these like hiring. I read so many hiring books, and like none of them helped me, honestly. They just made me realize that, oh, actually, there's just one book that helped me, which is Hire A Players. But that's like you got to go through the ebbs and flows of finding the right people and failing before you realize what you're actually looking for. So
Yeah. So much valuable knowledge. Okay, and then I wanted to get into ads because I think this will be really beneficial for my audience since a lot of them are thinking of starting their own paid ads. So what's your mindset around like scaling ads? I know that's a broad question, but what would you say to someone who's not super experienced and they want to scale the ads if they're seeing like a good ROAS, return on ad spend?
I think, first of all, it's testing out what works for you. There's no one-size approach. You can only follow and test out what other people do, but there's no guarantees that the process will work for you. But with a process and taking a process and trying it out, you have a template in place that you can iterate on. So it's a good starting place to, for example, if you give them a step-by-step funnel or how to run ads, like it is more likely to work, but there's no guarantees in ads. Over the past 6 years that we've been running ads, I've noticed that Facebook ads can have phases where you have very cheap costs and all of a sudden it gets super expensive. Part of this is because Facebook just fucks it up sometimes. There's bugs in Facebook. So you gotta be prepared for that. It's not always smooth sailing. So I think what you are teaching, Emily, is actually it's very good for anyone starting out because we've been lacking organic in the beginning. Actually, that's not true. In the beginning, we were good at organic, but then we stopped doing organic, which then, we get a little bit hurt by that. We were a little bit lazy. Having the system of doing organic gives you more like predictability long term. So I really like that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the organic it just really supplements the paid ads for sure. Yeah.
Yes. But it's also something to think about. Like you want to be able to step out at some point and not be the face the whole time. So, I mean, you really got to ask yourself, like, what time frame are you thinking for yourself working in the business versus getting yourself out of the business and actually running a business? That's two different things. And we are, I guess, in the phase where we set up our company where we're trying to get it to a point where it's like anyone could buy the business from us. Not that we want to sell it ever, but we have the possibility. Anyways, so regarding ads,
No, that was good. Yeah. Just the option to want to sell the business because we were talking about this on one of our mastermind calls with the other coaches who work for your program. And people they start a business, but then maybe they don't think about the exit plan or like how they want to get out of the business. And so what you're saying is we want to build a business that doesn't have our face as the face of it.
Yep.
How are you planning on doing this? Like where are you wanting to take this?
Yeah. So I think the big thing is just a rebrand that like starting out as like, a coaching business, you're now an actual software company. So for us, it was implementing a new website design that just incorporates more skilled courses, certifications, and just making the brand and we're still in the process. That's why like we're not there yet, but I can just share what we're planning. Making the brand the frontier of everything. So for example, for you, Emily, Curate Funnels, it's not Emily, it's Curate Funnels that people work with. Then there's like, I don't know if you know King Kong agency, that is like this Sabri Zubri in Australia. He is kind of the face of the brand, but people work with the company rather than him. He's part of it, but the company would run without him showing up. You know, so people know King Kong. They like, okay, I want to do marketing in Australia. Perfect. I'm gonna go to Sabri Zubri.
What do you think was the catalyst for you guys getting out of like the managerial role into more of the like biz owner role?
I think just noticing that I was working on all the tiny things that didn't move the needle. And I was not focusing on revenue generating activities as much as I should have. Where then, like, I love working. Like, I don't want to stop working, but I want to be able to focus on just the things that move the needle. And making time for that, I think I realized I needed to build a process where I'm not working in the business, because the second I would just focus on revenue generating tasks like ads, VSLs, strategy, processes, I was missed in all these other tasks such as customer success. So I noticed, damn, like I built myself into the business where only me can execute on the process. And that is not good, because then nobody else will be able to do the process, and you'll never be able to replace roles with other amazing people who can succeed in that role, because you give them unrealistic guidelines. Nobody works like you know? So
yeah, that's so true. So you were focusing more so on the revenue generating tasks, and then you noticed, hey, these tasks are actually like pushing the revenue forward. I should focus there. And then when you did that, you started noticing that, oh, other places started missing you. And so you started creating like SOPs, processes, and hiring and delegating so that you could focus more on those revenue generating tasks. Like thinking like an actual business owner instead of just a manager or individual contributor in a business. Yeah.
But it sounds so easy, but I just want to let you know it's going to be a mess. Like there's no, like, I feel like when I listen to like podcasts like this, when I first started, I was always like, they seem so like they have everything in like place and it's so like organized, but like, trust me, it's okay if it's a mess. Some processes, you throw them out the window, you put them in Notion, you never look at them again. Like, it's a mess. It's just you and your team. Everyone has to work on it, and you can just do the best you can. But yeah, it's good if it's messy, because if it's messy, that means there's something boiling up, coming out of the shadows.
Yes, just taking those little steps towards it, and no matter what it looks like, just keep moving forward. Where are you guys heading? Like, what's the big long-term vision? I know you guys are building a villa right now, and you just came back from, I believe, like Cape Town. So
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess the goal is to consistently be at 120K profit and getting the business up to like 300K. That is probably like the goal. And then have we want to have 10 setters that can close, and we need 4 full-time salespeople. So we want to keep it lean. Then we want to have a full-time or 2 full-time customer success, and then the sales closers are actually people who are very, very knowledgeable in the space, that are more like a guide in the first 7 days to get people results there. So basically creating a win-win-win for everyone. Then I think for me, it's very important to promote my team, because they've been working their ass off. I mean, you know, Lydia. So I want her to step up and basically, be more involved. Financially, obviously, it will be a big benefit for her.
Yeah.
But also just having my team, I think that's one of my biggest goals. Having my team here in Bali and branching out to other markets, or at least the inner team that are in the managerial roles. Branching out to Australia so that I can make that happen, because right now we can't. So, and I love, like, I know, Emily, you were at our meetup like in Tulum. Lydia was there, and I just love this so much more. So you can create the business that you want. Just like, remember that you can do whatever the heck you want. It's your business. Part of this is also, we don't do meetings, which I was against. But Julian, he's always like, oh, let's not do meetings. I hate meetings. I'm like, maybe you're right. And turned out he was right. So we're not doing meetings. We just huddle. And that's also, you can only do that if you have a team that you can rely on. So I'm very strict with that. If I can't rely on someone who's coming in, I usually know in the first 3 days, and then it's out. No chance.
Yeah, quick to fire. Amazing. So you're wanting to build this business, and you want to have like meetups in Bali, in Australia as well, like being able to co-work with each other in person?
Basically, my funnest idea would be to have since we're building a villa, like to have like us live there together. Maybe not everyone wants to move, but I know, for example, Lydia, she definitely is open to like be here for a while with her husband. And if we just like create a house, we just do fun trips, make money, and have the ability to sell in our, let's say, because like the US market doesn't work out. Like if we're in customer success, we do sales, like right now, we all need to be in US time zone, where I'm lucky because I can focus on processes and marketing strategies to enable the team to make money. But I mean, I would be able to do sales calls myself if I was in the US, which, you know, I'm not. So we need to branch out to Australia, which is in the same time zone, to be able to get the team over.
I see. Okay.
For a longer period, you know, not just like a few weeks or a week. Like a week even would hurt the business. So
yeah,
that is something I want to do.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So advertising to Australia, expanding your market, and then having these like fun trips and being able to co-work with your team. That's so
yes. This sounds so fun.
That's so cool. Like working with other A players, people who motivate you and push you.
Yes.
It's the best environment to be in.
Yes. And I think people take A players so like, it's so hard to find an A player. Like everyone talks about it, but it really, like, out of all the people that I've interviewed, I've probably, in the past 6 years, I've probably talked to over 600 people. The only people that I found were Lydia. I mean, Emily, I didn't interview you, but like, you are an A player. Like, it's just a fact. You're putting in the work. You're a high achiever.
Yeah.
Then we have Assad, who is also an A player. And I mean, there's more people on the team, the coaches, but that's not like on the internal team, I would say. But it takes a long time. So we're actually like 4 people on the managerial team. So, and it took a long time to find them.
Yeah. Hiring people, like, that's a whole nother ballgame, and then getting them to the place where they understand exactly what they need to do and hiring them up. That could be a whole nother video.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So amazing. Yeah. We went through the entire journey, like the exact sales funnel, how you're bringing these people in, the challenges that you face, to where you're wanting to go. Is there anything else that you want to say to anyone who is looking to start a business, maybe looking into paid ads? And then we'll get into the book recommendations.
Don't give up. Make sure your ad creatives are insane. Make sure your funnel is set up correctly, because that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
that you need to have in place. Make sure you are good at sales. Nobody else is going to do the sales for you. If you suck as the owner, like, you should be closing at 60%. If you are not, you need to up your game. That's all. Like, invest in your skills.
Yeah.
And
100%.
Yeah.
Learn sales. That's like key.
Exactly.
That's key. Yeah. I know. As
Alrighty.
soon as I implemented a sales coach into the program and like people started getting their calls reviewed and like nitpicked between each little thing about how they can improve, that's when we saw like the biggest needle improvement in their revenue.
Yeah. True. Like, I saw like you're getting your clients like insane results. Like, every day I'm like, damn, Emily, like, they're so lucky to work with you, because I know agencies out there that, oh my God, first of all, they don't have the skills. Second of all, they just take your money and run away with it. You're not like that. Like, you are literally so invested and deliver on the results you promise. And that is, I think, so, and sad to say, honestly, it's unique, because there's not a lot of agencies that actually do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tons of people have come to me on sales calls and they tell me about their past experiences, and it like breaks my heart to hear that, you know, they don't get like any one-on-one time, or they hop in a group coaching calls and they never get their questions asked or anything like that. So it's so important. Delivering results is like the foundation to you being able to scale. So that's exactly what you guys are doing, Jenny. Like, you guys have built an amazing product and it shows. Yeah. Amazing. Let's get into the book recommendations that we're talking about. So you did mention one book, A Players? Hiring A Players?
I think that, no, I don't remember that one, but there it is. I think 100, is it Alex Hormozi, 100 million offers?
Yeah, that one's good.
That I think has something to do with just having a no-brainer offer. And it sounds so easy, everyone says that, but I really mean it. Like, and I hope the example that I shared with you, creating no-brainer offers where people are having no resistance, is what you need to do in your business to be able to scale. So business shouldn't be hard. If your business feels hard to sell, you need to change something in the process, because it should be easy. And I've seen it be easy, where it's like you hop on a call, closed. Hop on a call,
objections.
Closed. That's what you want to have. Yeah. And that's when you know you have a winner.
Yeah. I love it. I know. $100 million Offers is an amazing book. What else? What other books would you say is your favorite sales book that you've read?
I think the one that really just changed my life when I first started learning sales was Exactly What to Say. And I think maybe it's a little bit outdated sometimes, but it's just the foundation.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like, there's a system to it to get people to reveal their desires and get them to open up and find their problems, because some people are not even aware of their problems. And that is where skill and psychology comes in. And it's not like this slimy, oh, I'm going to go and like manipulate you to buy my product. It's more like, I'm able to get what you really want and show you the actual problem that you have, so that we together can work on a solution. And I mean, hopefully you'll go like work with me, right? So that's obviously like what the goal is. I'm not gonna lie about that, but you're just generally trying to help regardless. So I love that.
Yeah, that book is amazing. I remember like I've read it, I think maybe 3 times, because it's just such a short read, and I like to listen and like program my mind in the morning with just like sales. So that book is incredible. And
I love it.
Yeah. Is there any like any other books that you want to share? I have one.
You go first.
Okay. I want to talk about the mindset, because I actually think it is really important. And I think
that's foundation.
Yeah. David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, that book. That book is
Ooh, that's so good.
yes, that book is incredible for mindset. Put it on before you work out, and you're gonna have the best workout of your life. That's all I'll say.
Yes, yes. Really, just be hard. Stay hard.
Stay hard.
Literally
Yeah.
what he says all the time.
So
And it's true.
that's yeah.
That's the secret to success, honestly. You got to do the hard shit. Nobody understands what hard means once you're in it. So some people might be happier working a 9 to 5, making good money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to realize when you start a business, it's you. It's only you. If you don't do the work, nothing is going to happen. Nobody will help you. So you have to have the discipline to execute and just be good to yourself. You know, like you're hurting yourself if you're not doing the work that is required. For example, if Emily tells you to learn sales and you're not taking action, that is your fault. That is your fault because you're in control. You know, Emily can only give you the resources, but so.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. I think the discipline part is it shows like how you run your business is a reflection of how you show up internally as well. Like, are you going to the gym? Are you eating right?
Yeah.
All of those foundational things will reflect in your business as well, I feel.
Yes.
So those are our 3 book recommendations. $100 million offers. Exactly What to Say.
Oh.
Can't Hurt Me. Yeah.
And down below, I don't know where we post this, if it's a podcast or not, you will find a link with more book recommendations as well. So
yeah, we'll add that there.
Value for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenny, for coming on. And thank you guys so much for watching this. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.